Ism.
The Ism Podcast. We are back. What's good with y'all? Remember to like and subscribe for more content, man. Support, you feel me? Support the channel, support the grind. We're here. We're trying to give y'all a game. Me and my dude Daniel, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Couple things we're gonna speak about. You feel me? Number one, obviously, if you haven't heard, Jah Morant out here waving pistols and saying throwing gang signs and all that shit in the car. You know what I'm saying? Like another video, and people are on his ass. Obviously, justifiably, they're on his ass. You know what I'm saying? They're going crazy on him. And
How? But why is it justifiably though, bro? Like it just hit me. Like he's doing this shit outside of the game.
look, my thing is obviously
Who
some
gives a fuck?
obviously some ignorant shit, right? Obviously some stupid shit, right? It's like, why is he doing this stuff? But at the end of the day, man, look, he out here. He out here, you know what I'm saying? It's not in the game, right? It is posted on the internet, which is a bad example for people. But at the end of the day, look, that's the same thing as your kid watching, Family Guy. Monitor what the hell you're watching, bro. If you're worried about him setting examples for kids and for the NBA and all that stuff like that, monitor your kids, bro. You can't be blaming it. He got to live his own life, man. You know what I'm saying? He got to live his own life.
At the end of the day, he just waved a gun. Like
Bro, and then people listen, if you haven't seen, there was a white basketball player. Let me find his name. His name was Chris Kaman. He out here with, full
yeah, he has like a
bulletproof
vest
vest.
over.
You can't see on
How
the
long? How
phone.
long?
You
Okay.
can't see on the phone, but he out here with two guns like a school shooter, bro. Two guns like a school shooter, bro. Now, I saw a post on this shit, right? And there's like, and someone asking, like, is this the same thing? And I said, yes, it's the same thing. And let me tell you why it's the same thing. Because I said, yeah, it's the same thing, right? And people on here, bro, saying, no, you know what I'm saying? This dude is waving a gun, acting like a hooligan. And I'm like, bro. And then they're saying, like, oh, this guy's a hunter. He actually does hunting. And he goes and, does things, this and that. Bro, they give me a whole backstory on this guy. I'm
That's
like,
a good
bro,
point.
without any context, bro, and I'm looking at the picture, he looks like a school shooter, bro. That looks much
Yeah.
worse than this dude having fun in a car, playing music to some drill music, and he's waving a gun.
So what are you getting at, bro? Are you getting at
I'm
like
getting
this is
at
some sort of like racism
I'm
or?
saying that people are hold black people to different standards, and specifically black people hold black people to different standards because most of the
No, but
people.
do you think it's a case of that, bro, or do you think it's more of a case of we're just too sensitive now that you can't even wave a gun anymore?
Uh, I personally think it's a case of the black people because, I mean, people, you know what, with violence and gun violence specifically, I feel like that hasn't really changed as far as being like sensitive. It's more so talking, bro, political correctness and all that stuff, right? But with violence, bro, especially violence against black men.
That's what I'm getting at, bro. Because remember, well, yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at, bro. Because John Moran works for NBA, which is an organization, and they have to follow the PC culture or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying maybe it changed because the other guy he worked for the NBA as well.
Well, you know what? Maybe. Well, yeah, I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming because even Paul. Yeah,
I'm not
yeah. No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
discrediting like what you're saying. I'm just saying like is it also
Right.
additionally like what
Yeah.
I'm
Right. Right.
saying?
Right. It could be for all because I know Paul Pierce, another basketball player. They went crazy when he was smoking he's smoking a
Oh
cigar
wow! I
on
was
the
already about to bring
live.
that up. I
Yeah.
didn't even know
And he had a
Paul
couple
Pierce.
girls. Yeah. And he had a couple girls in the background dancing, and they went crazy on him.
Nothing. He didn't do nothing
Nothing bad,
illegal.
bro.
He was
Smoking a
just
cigar, bro.
misrepresenting them.
Right.
Just like the guy who said no homo.
Right. 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 Right.
So this is what I'm getting at, bro.
Yeah.
Back then they allowed
Right,
that.
right.
They didn't
Yeah,
care.
yeah. I mean, I've seen some craziness, like back in the
Bro,
day.
I kind of gotta bring back what I said though, because bro, he hasn't gotten any flack from the NBA though. I don't think he's gotten a suit or paid any fine or
Well, the
anything.
first time he did, yeah, he got suspended for 8 games.
Oh, he did. I
Yeah,
didn't
he
know
got
that.
suspended for 8 games. I don't know if he ever had to pay any fine, but
What?
he definitely just got suspended for 8 games, bro. He just,
That's probably gonna happen again,
just
or he's gonna get
or
kicked
he's gonna
out.
get
Nike,
kicked out.
you know that Nike already
They pulled away from him. Yeah,
big
and he's
L.
good, man. So
Here he's good.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Craig was talking about him.
yeah.
Craig said he doesn't care. He's like he could go to like Russia or another country and be like great.
I have a hard time thinking that they're gonna kick him out of the NBA though. Because he's so good. Maybe
50. I don't know, 50-50. Like,
they
because you
could.
said last time it was 8 weeks, bro. That's a
Exactly.
lot.
That's 8 games,
Eight
bro.
weeks, bro. That's too
Eight,
much. That's
eight,
a
eight
big
games.
chunk. So this time, what is it gonna be? It's gonna be like, I don't know. I don't know much about basketball. I don't know how many like games there are in a season or whatever. But
Mm.
like, that's a lot of games.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure this time it's gonna be more.
Oh yeah.
So he's gonna play like what, like for like a weekend or whatever. You know, so
Out of
it's
the whole
just like
season, he go play the last playoff game.
that reminds me of but and I don't want to stray away from that the John Morant thing, but Andy Reese is a mess right
Oh, so
now.
you wanna cook on that? You wanna cook on
Yo,
that?
Andy Reese is a mess right
All
now,
right.
dude. So
I'm
his
just I'm
wife.
just asking, bro. If because we can cook on him.
No, no, no. Let's talk about John
I
Morant.
do want. Okay, remember that though. But pretty much, long story short, what I'm saying is, because most of the people that I was talking to about it, most of the people are saying it was different was black people, bro, and the black ones, I'm like, bro, like don't again. I wasn't disagreeing. I'm not agreeing with what he did. It was some stupidness, right? It was some ignorant stuff. It was something that he should have been more responsible of. But if you're going to say a dude that's a hunter, which I've never heard of him. But if I see a picture of the dude, he has two AR-15s, just flexing on it like that, bro. He looks like a threat to the
Why does a
public.
hunter have a vest on? Maybe I sound like an idiot, but I
I don't.
just that doesn't seem that like common to me. Or a
Yeah,
black one. Why is
right,
it a black one?
right.
Shouldn't it be a camo one?
Camo, like in my opinion,
Shouldn't it
bro.
be a camo one?
Bro,
Yeah.
it's
They
that's
usually have a camo one or like a brown green
that's
one.
right. And I don't even know if they really wear them out like that because are
If
usually
anything, you that would be to hold what, like clips, but what the fuck you taking all that shit to the woods
right.
for?
First of all, and,
So they
wait,
actually
and
pay
Pete that. I'm glad you said that
a
because
knife?
first of all, you don't even hunt with the AR-15, bro. You don't hunt with automatic guns. That's gonna rip. That's
What?
gonna rip apart the blood. Sorry, the whole. That's gonna get blood into the
Yeah,
meat
yeah,
and all
because
that.
usually they hunt. At least a good hunter usually hunts for eating and
Yeah,
shit.
exactly.
And they usually have some of them even do like bow like arrow hunting is like the
Arrow.
most complicated
Usually,
shit
it's
too.
just a rifle, one shot, boom, boom. They don't go out there with AR-15s, bro. I didn't even think about that. So, like the double standard. Again, I'm not agreeing with Jaw
But
did.
now, bro. Okay, like let's try to be like a devil's advocate for that
Hmm.
for what you're saying about the other guy. Like let's say that happened right now, and let's try to find something bad. What could you find bad about what that dude did, the white guy? Because with Jai,
Right.
you could be like, well, he is waving it and he is doing this and whatever the fuck. But what could you say about that guy
Well,
in the picture?
right. Well, this was
Like,
this
he's not.
right.
He's just flexing his
Right. Well,
guns. That's not.
right. Well, this was my point. Right. Was without any context, it's the same thing. But because we already know Ja, we know the backstory of what he's done before, and we know that the stuff that the club thing, and we know that his immature behavior. We are quick to be like, yo, what the hell is this guy? Which rightfully so. But if the dude, if you just put it for face value, both guys, a gun, him waving around the gun, listening to some rap music, and a guy out here with two automatic assault rifles, of a vest, looking like he go onto the mall to go shoot up people, to the school and go do a mass shooting. To me, this do one on face value, right? One guy is having fun doing some immature stuff. Another dude is looking like assassin. In my personal opinion,
Now,
not that different.
bro, you know what is a humongous exception to everything you just said? Antonio Brown.
Okay, what did he do again? You're gonna remind me.
He's done a trillion, like he's done a lot of fucking funny, just goofy, disrespectful fucking shit, you
Like,
know?
wait,
And people just don't really give a
is it a
fuck.
football
Like,
player?
yeah,
What the hell did he do
he'll
though?
do shit. I mean, man, I'm trying to, he's done so many things, bro. I mean, like, he got at Tom Brady's wife. Yeah, he DM'd her. I think, yeah, he
Really?
DM'd
But
her.
now she's not his wife no
Bro, there's a
more.
video, there's a video on Twitter of him literally beating his dick at like a public
Bro, no
pool.
fucking way. You
Yeah,
know.
it's on Twitter. Yeah, it's just him and his boys, and he had like his dick out or whatever.
Bro, who does that? Like, that's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
weird.
I think it was on Instagram Live or he just posted it. Yeah, he's done a lot of fucked up. And people don't really give a fuck.
People don't say
Maybe,
too
maybe,
much.
but I hear most people attested to PT. No, no, no.
CTE,
Yeah,
CTE. Really, Antonio Brown.
look
What?
it up. No, I mean he has a
Why
ridiculous
you were
track
trying to
record.
see
Bro,
me
he's
watch
gotten
him
kicked off
get
of like
jerked
3 or
off?
4 teams.
You were trying to see. We trying to watch get me to watch him get jerked off.
No, 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 no. That's funny. No, I'm saying like look up his name or whatever on Google.
Mm.
Like he's always in some controversy, bro. He's gotten kicked off of like 3 like NFL teams.
Holy. Yeah. Okay.
I brung something up on
Yeah.
Melanite
Oh,
sports
okay.
when I forgot what we were talking about, but I was like he owns his own team, bro, and he got kicked off of the field of and his own team was playing. I'm like, that wasn't that justified. We didn't really talk about it, but I mentioned it,
Hmm.
yeah.
I don't,
But anyways, yeah, I'm saying he's an exception because I'm like he's doing a lot of crazy shit,
yeah.
and they
Has he
don't.
done anything with
NFL
guns?
is giving him a bunch of chances, and like he doesn't really face a lot of backlash. People actually like fuck with
I'm
him.
actually
He's a
surprised about
rapper now
that.
and everything. He's crazy.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm actually surprised
he
about
actually has
that.
like a record deal or whatever. He posted like a picture of like a check he got, like a $50,000 check that he got from like he was like, yeah, I'm officially a rapper or
Damn.
some shit.
Damn. But does he still play football? Or
I don't know because he owns his own team. I don't know if they interfered. I'm pretty sure he got out. He's just not that disciplined.
okay.
He got kicked off of 3 teams, bro. He got like a lot of chances because they were from really good teams, like
Hmm.
really good
Hmm.
teams.
He's
Um,
34 years old. I mean, that's he's coming on the cusp of getting older. You know what I'm
and
saying?
then I just think the NBA. What is it, bro? Honestly, because look at Adrian Broner. And he doesn't get that much. Well, I don't know. Does he get a lot of
He
flack?
used to.
Yeah,
He used to,
yeah,
bro. I mean, but in
yeah. He
addition to
brung it to the
that,
point of like he wanted to kill
yeah.
himself
I mean,
before.
legal troubles. Money troubles. Obviously, like Adrian Broner's situation, man, was sad, man. Like he literally just jumped up way too fast, bro. Like I couldn't believe it when I figured out he was 22 when he fought Maidana.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
22.
Damn, dude, that's
That's so
crazy.
young, and he got that level so quickly.
But you know what's funny, dude? Like I still think he has it at 140.
He has it. You saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
He's been trying to go to 147 forever, bro, and he's scared because
right,
of the Maidana fight. But I'm like,
right,
bro, you're only scared because they actually do hit
right,
hard.
right.
And this whole time I'm like, dude, just go to one fucking
Stay at
40 the way you
140, bro.
never went
Oh, he
to.
never went
If they
there.
don't hit that hard, your ass isn't gonna be that
He never
scared.
stayed at one, or he
Because
never went to 140.
I don't think so, unless it was recently, but he never did.
Uh,
He went from 135 to 147, bro.
that's so stupid.
Yes,
That's
he never
insane.
went to 140.
Yeah.
This is why you can make the case of like, oh, this is why you gotta build up fights and don't rush them and
Mm-hmm.
all that dumb.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know why they're getting that draw that much. Like it's interesting, but he don't give a fuck.
Clearly he doesn't.
Obviously he
Clearly
doesn't.
does just
And
dude.
sometimes I kind of think this is like a distraction from other shit.
Could be very well, very well. Like
Yeah, I mean
at
I've
that
seen a lot
level.
of that. It's like because it's like why it's just so dumb. It's like how do you not know to like not do
Right,
that?
right.
While
Well,
your friend has his phone out,
exactly. But at the same time, it's like, okay, why are you recording me like that, bro? You know what I'm saying?
because that's cool. What do you mean?
Yeah,
And they're having a good time,
true, true, true.
and you can tell.
No, no, it does look like it doesn't seem like any like snake stuff, right? It seems like they're actually genuinely having fun. Um,
I thought that as from the jump rope, what you're getting at, but when he showed the gun, he put the phone down super duper fucking fast.
oh
Um,
yeah, okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah. So I was like, nah, because I was like, if I'm him,
right,
I'm like, I wouldn't be recording
right,
or
right,
whatever.
right, right. I mean,
But
you're
it is, yeah, I don't know, it didn't seem malicious,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. It's just it definitely strange on his part, to be honest with you, on Josh's part, because like you got fined before, yet you're still doing the same
well, no,
stupid
bro,
shit.
like
Oh,
everything,
sorry,
time
sorry.
will tell.
Suspended. Right. Go ahead. You said time will tell everything.
Well, no, bro, like time will tell if nothing happens to him, then we'll know. Oh, that was a
Right,
distraction.
right, right, right. It was just to get people talking and distracted
Yeah,
from actual stuff because even
yeah, like things like the Durham report
exactly and
or
yeah,
what's going on in Russia, like how no, I mean Ukraine, like how
right.
Ukraine literally has they literally said, bro, like they're literally going to the Middle East for help now. They have nothing, so I don't know what's gonna happen because it's like, wait, I thought Ukraine was supposed to win with all this help. So it's interesting what's happening in Russia. I don't know, it's a lot of stuff, and a bunch of shit with Epstein came out, like he was a bunch of shit,
Really,
like they found out
really, okay.
yeah, a bunch of stuff. Like they found out that J.P. Morgan, that big banker, or whatever, he like went over there to the island, I think, or they would like talk a lot. I think the Durham report or something else came out, bro, like last week that the CIA had contacted Jeffrey after knowing like what the shit he was doing. It's a lot of shit.
Like what? Like well, I
It's a
mean,
lot.
that's obviously is ridiculous. Like, is there anything? Can you expand on that a little bit more? Or
No, because the fucking Durham report,
oh,
bro,
oh,
like
oh, it's on the
it
Durham
changes
report.
the
It's on the
tone.
Durham report. It's
Huh?
on the Durham report.
I think yeah, most of it is a Durham report. Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of, I mean, this is why Obama got banned from Russia, and along with 500 others, because I guess they're just untrustworthy
Mhm.
now.
Mhm.
What I hear is that the Durham report basically exposes Obama and Hillary for treason, which
Treason.
is
Well,
punishable
by
by.
death, no. Well, you know what young Pharaoh was saying for the longest time, that they've committed treason. He used to say that all the time on this big, when he used to go live like 2 3 years ago, bro. Those are the days. I'm not gonna front, bro. Those are like
Something happened to him,
for sure,
bro. You
bro.
gotta watch out, like for real.
Definitely, bro. Something. Well, he got drugged for sure, and he was saying that it was or he was saying it was some government agents that actually. Apparently, he had a bodyguard, right? And the bodyguard turned out to be like a cop or something like that. Like right, I don't know, man. Something happened
Bro,
bad
I
to
was
him.
literally thinking about this the other day. I'm like, bro, it's gonna get to a point. Maybe it will come to a point, bro. Like, where we're gonna like have to like live in the fucking same crib.
This dude want to live with me so
We're gonna
bad.
have to be like, what the fuck is going on, dude? Like, what the
Like
fuck?
yo, back to back type shit. Like what I'm saying with the straight with the so just waiting, man. I mean, bro, because bro, if they got Pharaoh, bro, because this dude is obviously very careful, right? You know what I'm saying?
We don't know. We don't know though. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, if it's they get you,
Right, but
bro. Because look at
also
Tate.
look at
Look
Tate,
at Tate, bro.
look at Tate.
Tate, he's chilling,
He's
bro. This cop's out. This is some news of Tate. Like 2 days ago or whatever. He got 30 more days of house arrest
okay.
for no reason.
Wow,
Still no reason. Yeah, yeah.
man.
Bro,
Okay,
he said that there's cops always outside,
just
like
lurking,
looking at the
just
crib, just in
lurking,
case he
bro.
leaves.
Okay, and you're what do you do if you're Tate right now?
Chill, cause like I told you, bro. I think they can't have him on house arrest without any reason for over I think 180 days. I think.
Okay, but
So just wait it out.
okay, but yeah, but you yourself are just saying already they're not playing by the rules.
But
So
what else are they gonna do? I mean, after
what
that,
else?
it's
What
like
do you
a
mean,
federal thing. I mean, after that, I think what would happen after that? I mean,
bro? Whatever the fuck they want to happen, bro. It doesn't. They're not. It isn't.
so then what do you? What? No, there's not. You can't do then,
Of
bro.
course
Just
there is.
cook.
Nah,
You're already at your crib.
bro,
He's been cooking from there, so keep cooking,
bro,
dude. You're with your brother.
bro. What would you do? Like, what do you think he should do? I guess. I suppose. Maybe.
That's what I'm getting
Yeah.
at.
You
That,
think
bro.
he should
Just
just
stick.
stay?
I mean, like I would just stick with. You're gonna go crazy in there
Yeah.
personally if you're asking me, bro. And like he's Muslim, so I would just be reading the Quran, doing my prayers, studying things like that,
Okay.
and just talking to the people. So I don't go crazy. What else you can't? You're not gonna dig a hole or a tunnel, bro. You're with your brother.
Okay. Do you?
People can still bring you shit. I would just ask for a lot of stuff, you
Yeah.
know.
Do you think he
And
should? Do you
yeah.
think he should find a way to get off grid, or do you think that's not in his nature? Because I know you've
That's not in.
said
I don't think that's in his
right.
nature, and I
He's
think it's too late to do that.
You think it's too late?
Because I feel like they already have an eye on him. So when they have an eye on you, the only way for the eye to be taken off is if you die.
But do you think a smart like a plan could be devised? Like, do you think that's a
Oh,
possibility?
okay, but yeah, but I just don't think he would unless what you said happens, bro.
To keep
Like
him
even
there.
after 180 days, like they're like, yeah, we don't give a
Yeah.
fuck.
I would
But
not
okay,
be
so what do you do?
surprised.
Are you saying you dig a tunnel, or what do you do, bro?
I
Do you do what Pablo did? But that's what Pablo did.
I would. I mean, he has so much resources, right? He has a lot of money. But didn't they
Pablo built his own
Okay,
prison,
okay.
Mark.
No, no. Well, I'm not talking about Pablo because Pablo different level of wealth, bro. He
Yeah,
burnt
but yeah, he's just a good example because
right,
he's the only guy that I see that did that,
right.
bro. He had his own prison and he had tunnels from the prison.
Crazy. He burnt a
Like,
million dollars to to keep his family warm.
yeah.
He burned
So you
$1 million.
just need it's just and back then it was just different back then because there wasn't a lot of technology, bro. It was a lot
Exactly.
of cash, favors, and things like that.
Exactly.
Just like
Nothing really
so
traced.
now, bro, it's hard. It's hard for Tate. Like
Yeah,
Tate.
everything has a paper
I
trail.
mean, he knows a lot of people, bro. Like he has the war room, which is like I think it's like 7 8 people like him that are like successful, like people he said that are willing to die for him.
Damn.
So
That's a
you need
fortress
people.
right there, bro. That's a fortress right there. But in my opinion, bro,
Yeah.
if
What
I'm
do you do, bro?
if I'm Tate, right, and I know they're pretty much getting ready to serve me on a platter. That's pretty much what they're doing. They're pretty much seasoning him up. They're getting ready to kill him, right? If you
There
know
comes
you're,
a point, bro, where you're tired. You just get tired of fighting.
but see, I mean, yeah, I mean, you're
I
not
know that
wrong.
sounds
No,
crazy, bro.
right. But the thing is like, bro, you can't give up,
No, I'm not saying
right?
give up, but I'm just not saying live in fear or
Right.
be,
Indeed.
bro. The one was talking about like Malcolm's family, bro. They were like in so fear, like they wanted to die instead of just living with the fear of like, oh, any day they could just kick the door in. You can't, you just can't,
Yeah.
bro. So you just have to put it in your head, man. Like I have it in my head, like you just have to live like. It's gonna come to a point, bro, where I'm gonna be just like in my room, like holy shit, like any day, and
Yeah.
then like I have to accept that
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
and I have to drill that in my head. So when the day comes, I'm not like shacked up. I'm still out
Yeah.
out with the people.
Yeah. My thing
Like
is,
Dick Gregory, bro.
huh?
Like Dick Gregory said, they got to get through him first to get through
Hmm.
me. So
My thing is, I don't need to live the longest life, bro. Like I just don't need to.
exactly. So that's
You
why
know?
it's like, why are you scared to die? It's
Right.
gonna happen
It's gonna
anyway. So
happen.
why be? You're gonna just live a mediocre life
Hmm.
instead of just dying
Hmm.
helping the people. Like, what's the point of life? Isn't that the point of life? Like,
Exactly.
you need something to live for.
Exactly.
You need something to die
If
for.
you don't have anything to live for, you need something to die for at the very least. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
or else it's just
What's the
what
point?
is the purpose,
What's the point?
dude?
And
What is the
that's why
point?
people that don't have a purpose are very depressed and they don't just they don't know what to do. If you don't have a purpose, then you don't have anything. You know what I'm saying? But in my opinion, bro, if I'm Tate, right? If I'm Tate, I'm figuring out a way to leave the country. I'm figuring out a way to basically get in a. I might be saying too much.
I know. I was just
You know what
gonna
I'm
say
saying?
that.
Let me not say that, but pretty much, long
You
story
think I'm
short.
bugging for the shit that I said?
In what way? Like what one
Like
exactly?
it just sounds like I'm just gonna just be like, yeah, I'm just not even gonna try to get out of here.
Oh, oh. No,
Because,
no.
bro, they're already standing outside of his
Right.
crib, and it's like, what the fuck can I
Well, what you
do?
could do is you go out there, you go out and hire a hit squad, and basically you leave a 10-minute window. You try to get a 10-minute window max, and then you basically try to get to a secluded area,
Holy shit.
and you basically leave you leave the country off a plane, and then
Yo,
from there you,
can you imagine if he did that?
bro, it's possible, bro.
Bro, I would die laughing if he did. That shit would be hilarious. Like, bro, he really just like did
bro,
that.
I
I mean, you know what?
I swear I wouldn't
I
be
used to be like
surprised.
it's impossible, but it's
It's
possible, bro.
possible.
Because look at a shot of Shakur.
Yo, yeah, she was out.
They still haven't
They
got
still
her.
haven't got her,
She's like
bro.
a block. She's like not that far from
Yeah,
America.
yeah, bro. And that Asada Shakur, bro, is one of the ones that got away. She's one of the ones that
You
got
think
away.
she's still in Cuba or not?
She probably.
I don't think that island is too small, like for to be hidden for that long.
Well,
You know what I'm
I don't
getting
know if
at?
they're active. Who knows how long they were actively trying to find her though.
I
I'm.
mean, bro, she's on the most wanted list
Oh
still. She
shit!
killed a cop, but she's a Black Panther.
Damn. Damn. Yeah. She probably did move away then. She
Yeah,
probably
like
did
she
move
probably
away.
went to like Panama or
Yeah.
Brazil, or she probably went to
She probably
Brazil.
been moving
You know,
around.
Brazil, bro, has like the highest population of
Black
black
people,
people.
other than Africa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking
Uh,
stupid. And when it comes to like Spanish countries, Colombia's like the third.
third.
That has like the third ranking, like the most highest
Right.
population of black
Now,
people.
let's cook on this for a second, right?
Yep, yep.
Where are the slave ships?
Man, where was I just reading about this?
It might have been from that YouTube channel you used to send me.
I saw something on Umar. They asked Umar about this. Like, I mean, he says there are some.
There's some, but
Yeah.
okay. Let's do the math, right? I'm about to do it right now. Hold on. How many population of black people in Spain? Or I said Spain. How many black
Puerto
people
Rico.
in Brazil? Okay. Damn, bro, they don't give me the damn like an actual.
Bro, you know what I learned today?
Okay,
This was so interesting to me.
91 million.
Do you know about the Amazon rainforest?
Yeah.
Do you know that it goes through like Colombia, Ecuador, Brazil, Venezuela, like all of
Mm.
them? I didn't know it was that
It's
big, bro.
humongous,
There's some
bro.
shit in
Oh
there.
yeah, there's some hidden stuff. There's full cities that they haven't shown yet. There's full cities,
Crazy.
bro. And you know,
We're eventually gonna find
yeah.
out.
Well, I think they've already found out, and you know, bro, it's gonna come a point, bro, where we're gonna be able to have to use our money to go find this stuff out ourselves, bro. Because we can't rely on, you know, what I'm saying, like we gotta actually go out and rent a plane and hire our own expedition team. I mean, I want to do that. You know what I'm saying? That is dangerous.
I would
Yeah,
definitely do
yeah,
that. That's crazy,
yeah.
dude. Yeah.
But let's do the math for a second. There's an
Alright.
estimated 91 Brazilians of African ancestry in Brazil. 91 million. Now, of course,
So there's 91 black people in Brazil, you're saying?
91 black people.
Okay.
Million. People don't realize how much that is. And I'm going to tell you, it's physically impossible to transport that much people from Africa to another continent. I don't care.
But Mark, are they claiming that?
What? They brought.
Are they claiming they just took all of Africa to America?
They are claiming that. They are claiming.
Are you
Yeah,
really?
yeah. They're claiming that the African ancestry ones in Brazil came from the slave trade. That's what they're claiming.
Oh, that's why they're there.
Yeah, that's why yes, that's why they're saying that they're there. 91 million. Okay, let me tell you let's break it down for a second, okay? For you to have 91 million people in a place and transport them, first of all, the voyage from Africa to Brazil, I don't even know. I know from the States to Africa is about 3 months. 3 month voyage back in the day, right? Um, 300 people, 400 people might be on the ship. How long would that take? Half of them are gonna die. They're not moving. They're staying still. They're not getting fed right. You know what I'm saying? They're pooping and peeing on each other. Half of them are going to be dead by the time you get there. So we're down to 150, 200 people. Now they got to
But
go.
bro, what point are you trying
The
to
point I'm trying
make?
to make is that they're already there. The black people are already there, and
Yes.
they lost a war. They lost a war, and they were prisoners of war, and now prisoners of war is turned into slaves. That's the point I'm trying to get, pretty much.
Why do you think it's taken black people so long to get like their footing?
Because it's a mindset thing, man. Because they don't believe that they have, in my opinion, right? I think a lot of it is mindset. I think a lot of it is on purpose because we did have our own footing at one point, right? And they shut everything down. They put people in jail, right? They put our leaders in jail, right? And this is something that Bobby Hemmett says all the time. Don't follow any one man. Don't follow anything. Don't follow anything because what if you find out later on? What if this person dies? Then you're lost. What if you find out the thing that you're following is some BS? Then you're lost. You know what I'm saying? What if and you're not supposed to follow? The thing is about understanding. The thing is about understanding and learning and figuring things out for yourself. So the point he's trying to make is like, in my opinion, right? Everything should be on you. Everything should be within you. You should be your own follower. You should be your own God. You know what I'm saying? You should be your own leader. You should follow yourself. You know what I'm saying? You should be a man that stands. I don't want to say it like that, right? Because you need people. I'm not trying to put it that way, but
No, 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 I know
yeah,
what
you
you're
should be a
getting at.
man
Yeah,
that
just
stands alone, essentially,
yeah.
and on his square, essentially, right? So the point I'm trying to make is like,
That's what a
right,
man
right.
is.
That's what a man is, right? We have lost so much of our leaders, black people in general, right? That we got lost. We lost Malcolm. We lost we lost Malcolm. We lost what's the other dude's name? Martin. And I don't really, I don't like his message too much, right? And let me break it down why I don't really like his message. The reason why is because he was telling black people to not retaliate when they were going into homes, shooting people with shotguns, raping and doing some very foul things to the wives and the
No,
kids.
I heard that wasn't true, bro. I heard that he at first was saying, "No, we have to go over there and we need to take what's ours," and
He
he got
was.
convinced.
He was saying that at first.
Okay,
But I think
I wasn't it Malcolm that told him
I think it was Malcolm.
that calmed him down or whatever, or
Oh, no,
someone
no,
else.
wait, no, no, no. It wasn't. Malcolm would have, pushed that
He
idea.
said, "Yeah,
Yeah, Malcolm would have been like, yeah, let's go fuck him up, type shit,
yeah, yeah." I
right?
forgot, but it's someone big who told him. I could have sworn it was Malcolm. I could have sworn it. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Malcolm though. But yeah, he told him like, just to not that's not like the way to fight or whatever.
Well, I think
I think it was when he got into to the NOI. I
who
may
who
be
who
wrong.
Malcolm or
Malcolm.
Martin.
Malcolm. Malcolm.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Martin.
No, well, no, I'm saying Malcolm when he got I
Yeah,
think my history is
told
wrong,
him
but I
to
think
calm
when
down.
Malcolm got into the NOI, he told
Oh,
Martin
oh,
because I could
okay.
see him being like, "Oh no, now it's about peace or whatever."
Okay.
I think.
I don't know, bro. He's always been about military and militant stuff.
I mean, that's
You know
good
what I'm
then.
saying?
Shit.
Yeah, because he's always been like, yo,
I gotta study Malcolm like a lot, dude.
bro.
Like
He used to be
a
a
lot,
pimp.
man. He's such
He used to
like I
be
don't
a
know.
he used to be a pimp. He used to be a drug dealer, drug runner. He was
Yeah,
everything,
man. Like
everything. He came from the ground up, man. He came from the mud.
he's a real big inspiration for me, bro.
Yeah.
Because we kind of like have like the same. I see like his attitude, like the way he talks,
hmm
his beliefs,
He
like the
changed so
way.
much, man. He got so smart. He figured out what the hell was really important. You know what I'm saying? And he acted on it, bro. He was. People don't realize this stuff, bro. He was a street dude. He was a street dude, bro, and he essentially grew up. You know what I'm saying? Um, um,
He died young too,
yeah.
bro.
I'm
He
about to
was
say
in his
that. Yeah, how
30s.
old was he at? Let me see. Malcolm X. Let's see how old was he. He died
He
39.
was in it.
39.
He was in Imam too, I think.
39. That is pretty young still, actually.
39.
Yeah,
Wow.
but Malcolm was a lot younger, I'm pretty sure. Oh, sorry. I keep saying Malcolm, bro. Martin. Martin Luther King. I almost forgot his name for a second. Hold on here. Hold on here. Martin Luther King was age when he died. Let's see. He was 39 too. Oh, I thought he was younger. I thought he was.
They're both
Yeah, both
39.
39.
That's
That's
suspicious.
suspicious as hell.
That's
But
a little bit
I wanted to get
suspicious.
to the point where I personally think Martin was a puppet man. I thought
Who?
Martin.
I've heard that a lot, and I've heard some big people like disagree.
I'm not mad that they disagree,
I forgot
bro. Who in
who,
the
but
world would they get? This is a
tell
black
me
person,
why.
bro. They gave him a whole day. Who do you know black that the United States gave them a whole day?
But Mark, that don't mean
That
shit.
does mean shit, bro.
No, because they could give you a month that don't mean that it doesn't do anything.
They didn't give Malcolm a day. They didn't
Does
give
Rosa Parks
mm,
have a day or no?
they didn't give Rosa Parks a day. They didn't give, and not to say that he may not have been deserving of one, but there have been many other black.
Yeah, it's like why him?
Right, there
Yeah.
have been many other black people that have done more things significant. But the thing
Damn, you're
is,
making a good
yeah, the thing
point.
is essentially he was their messiah because now again you got to remember, Martin Luther King destroyed many different black industries, right? Just like Jackie Robinson destroyed the Negro League for the baseball.
Hmm.
People didn't realize the Negro League was doing fine, doing great. They had lots of support. But then when Jackie Robinson went to the White League, no one wanted to watch it anymore because they started the White League started taking out the black guys and they started to be like, okay, now y'all can come here because they saw the white guys said, oh shoot, they're having their shit is doing good too. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So Martin essentially changed up the way that we operate as a community, where we're relying on things that we don't own. Cause and even when he died, or before he died, he said he's afraid he might have integrated his people into a burning house. You know what I'm saying? That
Oh
was his
yeah, I've
quote. You've
heard
heard that
that.
quote
Yeah,
before.
I heard that. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that. I mean, I don't think that peaceful shit works, man.
No.
I mean, and it's kind of obvious
Yeah.
because it's like, how are you gonna be peaceful over someone attacking
Bro,
you?
the main thing,
How?
right?
That doesn't make
That
sense.
doesn't
That's
add
like that
up.
doesn't
That's that
like
Christianity
even now
stuff.
I know why like Malcolm adopted like what he
Yeah.
adopted and stuff.
If he said it's only you can only be nonviolent when the enemy understands nonviolence. But if they don't, then how you gonna sit there and get smacked? That's
Yes.
on that's
Yeah, yeah, because that's in the Quran. It says like you could attack, but if they're inclined to peace, then you inclined to
right.
peace.
But not in the Bible because the Bible says if someone smacks you in the face, you got to turn the other cheek. Hell nah, I'm not no Christian, bro.
Which doesn't make sense because like Jesus doesn't even like he doesn't really even do that, dude. Like there's like when the second coming, what is he gonna do? Like kill all the unrighteous, you
And
know?
and and,
So it's
and
that's not that. Well, who are the unrighteous? His enemies.
exactly.
I mean, there's verses in there where he tells his apostles like, "Oh, bring the enemy and like
It's
slew
like
them or whatever, things like
people
that, like
don't
shit
know
like
this
that."
stuff, but they're literally trained to look at it as something bigger than it is. It's a story, and if you take it as face value, you shouldn't. You're not gonna think he's a god or he's the son of God. He's a normal dude that was just
Yeah, he's a
speaking that
normal
was just
dude.
speaking some real talk at the time. That's it. He's a regular ass dude, bro. Same dude on the corner that you know what I'm saying that was on the corner spewing that shit, right? And he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like people gotta realize this stuff, man. But we're trained to think of it so much higher than it actually is.
I wonder why, dude. What happened? Like I always think, I'm like when I think about like the three major religions, why did Christianity just like bloom? I'm like, dude, my parents are Christian. They're always gonna believe in this, and I'm just like, what about this story captivated them so much that it's like,
Personally, I
you
don't
know
I
what I'm
don't I don't
saying?
think anything specifically captivated them specifically. I think it is something, bro. Okay, let me say this right. If you grew up Muslim, right? If you grew up Muslim, you wouldn't have found it so interesting when you just yeah,
Yeah, yeah, and I've heard Muslim people say
yeah,
that.
like you
Yeah.
get where I'm coming from. Like you wouldn't have thought it was
Yes,
so like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, right?
of
You just
course.
would have
Yeah.
been like, yo, this is what I believe.
It's
This
just part of
right,
my
this is
life.
part of your
Yeah.
life. But because we've grown up in Christianity, and then we go and we see stuff. That's why I'm not mad. I actually grew up a crash Christian. I'm not mad because it allowed me to see the significance in other things. You know what I'm
What do
saying?
you mean?
Because when I was first coming out of it, I'm like, yo, there is no way this shit is like the different religions and different concepts of different things, it was so interesting to me because it was so different, right?
I see what you're
Right,
getting at.
like it
Yeah.
was just like, bro, I believed this stuff for so long, but I'm learning about this, and it's such a different look and outlook of things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, the same thing happened to me, bro. Like, I think, yeah, this was like last summer. When I was just questioning everything, I just had like an existential crisis or whatever. I just started studying a bunch of religions or whatever, and I was just like, damn, like I never really even like thought about like this stuff. I was just okay with believing what I believed. Like it was just like it didn't have like my belief didn't really have like a backbone, is
Mm-hmm.
what I'm getting at.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I just didn't have any structure or anything, and I'm
Okay.
like, it doesn't really resonate, and I'm like,
Right.
it did something about it, and I just had like a lot of questions, so I studied
Mm-hmm.
a bunch of religions, and I still do. Like they're freaking interesting, you know?
How would you describe your spiritual path?
What do you mean?
Like
What do you mean by that?
your I mean everyone's still on it, but like
Oh, okay. I mean, what do you mean? Like how my faith has gone in my life or religion or
well
whatever?
yeah, but I mean like how I mean you may have already answered it, but like how did you get to that point today? Like what was the journey? You know what I'm saying?
Honestly,
Like what
man,
sparked it, if you could remember.
what sparked it, at least that when it comes to Islam, what sparked it was basically, well, just what sparked me even getting into like, oh, let me look at religion was I was talking to my friends and
Dude, lying. You don't got no friends. I'm kidding.
that's freaking funny. I was talking to my friends and we were talking about I think aliens or something like that. And then this is when I just found out about the Emerald tablets. And I'm like, oh, and it just said it had like those basically like taught humanity like language, or he was like told from the tablets to like just teach people like think just it's just some stuff like that or whatever. And I was like, how do we? I was like, no one believes in this. I'm like, what if this is the thing? And I'm like, no one. I was like, no one is out there doing it. And then it hit me. I'm like, hold on, no, there has to. I'm like, God or the Creator gave us like an answer. Like, there's no way. I'm like, I remember telling you. I forgot what you said. But I was like, because if everyone's following the wrong thing, then I'm like, are we all going to hell or are we all getting like punished? I'm like, do we just not know the thing? Or it's like how do we just not know like purpose or whatever? And I would just like I challenge like what I believed or whatever, and I would watch like people debate. And I remember I watched this like debate between like an African like spiritualist and a Muslim, and it was, man, I still see the debate. I've seen it like 3 times. It's such a good debate because there's not a lot of those types of debates on YouTube. There's probably like five. No bullshit, bro. They're so rare. From like the two people from those two backgrounds, it's like so rare when they debate.
Right.
Um, and I didn't know anything about Islam, dude. Like literally what I thought about Islam, dude, was that like Muhammad was a weirdo that lived in a cave and he was like a pedophile.
Really.
That's literally all, and that's it. And I was like terrified of it. I was creeped out about it, and I would hear about ISIS and the Taliban, and I was like, man, you guys like blow yourselves up, and you guys like to kill people or whatever, and you guys hate Jesus, like shit like that. So I'd never even like had like the feeling, oh, let me just go look this up because I was just like, yeah, that's just like shitty as hell. Or, like that's horrible. I don't even want to know about it. So that every time like when they were debating, he was like, oh, well, we do this, we do that, and I was like, no way, and I was like, what? And when I heard about the Quran, I was like, holy, I'm like, what? This is like not written like by man. This no, it's not authored by man. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a book claiming to be from God, not like, oh, I saw this guy and he was over like this is like and basically like what I fell in love with was just like the way of life.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, like if there was a way, personally, if there was a way to protect yourself from like the negativity and all the bad shit here, it would be Islam. Like it just structures you and just puts you in a place where you're just like protected or you're just like you just become like a great person. So just studying it like crazy, and praying and things like that. Eventually, I was like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna be Muslim, and here I am today. But my whole life, I mean, it's just been like I never really got into like Christianity. Like sometimes I would pray to Jesus because I'm like maybe that's the thing, but usually it would be God, which also reinforced like me being like Muslim because that's what Muslims believe. Like we're all just born with just naturally believing in God. So I was like, oh, I already did believe that. I'm like, that's interesting. And then I already wanted to do Ramadan naturally before I, like 2 years before I became a Muslim. and it just aligned with like, oh, what it's saying. I'm like, you just naturally have these things or whatever. You're born with these things. So I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this or whatever. So that's my whole life. It just feels like it's been like leading me up to this because it's all connected to like Islam, like the things they're saying or whatever.
Mm. Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, I said a lot, dude.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's good, man.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it was a hell of a journey, bro.
Still is, man.
Like
Still journey ain't over
it
yet.
still is, man. Because I mean, you never know, bro. I mean, I'm always studying, dude. And sometimes I'm like, dang, like what if it's this or what if it's that? So you never really know.
Mm.
Yeah, you never really know. I just really like the like I look at Islam, dude, like let's say if it's not like the true religion or whatever, like even if it was just taken as a philosophy, like Buddhism, it's like a beautiful one. Like
Mm.
you're constantly in
Yeah, and that's
prayer.
why I respect you for it, man. Because you know my outlook for on it, or any religion, right? Specifically, I don't really fuck with any organized, but there's not much thing I can point out to where you're saying if this makes you be a better man, because you know it. I mean, it does. I mean, this. You know what I'm saying? I believe that one for sure, right? I really can't. I respect it for real. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
you
thank
know what
you.
I'm saying? Like, and that was obviously because we're obviously close and everything like that, but it's I like the philosophy behind even being it because uh, let me just be real, right?
Go
No,
ahead,
no, the
bro.
reason why I'm like, okay, I don't want to like blow you up too much, but
No, go
I'm
ahead.
saying I like it because you never really hear that, right? You
Oh, about
no
Islam,
no no no
right?
no. I don't. You don't hear that about going into any religion because it makes you a better person, right?
Exactly.
Like no, but
Exactly.
usually people are like, I'm this because I believe it, and I've been told this, and I just believe it
Exactly, dude.
100%. There's no way, there's no other option. This is just it. This is life.
So that's why other religions like scared me because I'm like there's no concrete or like that much proof. I'm
Right.
like at least in the Quran, you feel like it when you look into the Hadiths and Muhammad. That's like you feel like bro. You know he's like literally like the most influential person in history.
Who? Hadith?
Muhammad.
Oh, I said Hadith.
Yeah. Huh?
No, I said Hadith.
Oh,
Um,
that's freaking funny. But yeah,
yeah, I mean
it's just
that's the most used name in the world actually, Muhammad. It's the
yeah.
most name used name in the whole world.
He's just like for us, he's just like the most like humblest like prophet. You know, like he's like for us like he's like the best example.
Mm.
Like we're supposed to like
Be like him.
treat people like how he treated people, like things like that. You
Mm.
know.
Yeah, man. It's beautiful, man. At the end of the day, man. You know what I'm saying? Whether you believe it or not, people watching, if it generally makes you a better human being, you know what I'm saying, and you're not out there shoving it down people's throats,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying?
It's something you have to come through naturally. I mean, even the Quran says you can't force it. It literally says like they have their religion and you have
Mm-hmm.
yours. It's not for everybody,
Oh
dude.
yeah, yeah, man. And yeah, man. That's my thing started in grade 5. I told you this story many times. I was grade 5 and I saw a book about Egypt and had all white people. That was the spark of I knew something was up. I knew something sparked inside me. But I didn't get another spark like that until maybe 10 years later. Um, my aunt had told me about the slave trade and how it didn't go the way that people, how it was, being told. And that sent me down the rabbit hole, man. That sent me down the rabbit hole because,
Aren't those the best, dude?
bro,
Like those rabbit, like when, like I bet you love that. Like when you're like, what?
I
You're learning so
Bro, I still
much.
have notes from grade 11, grade 12 of me just watching.
Wow.
I still use the notebook. I mean, it was a beautiful time in life, man. Because at the time I would just smoke and just watch some videos and like be so focused on it. Write down my stuff, man. And it was so peaceful, man. Because no, no. At first it was very unsettling because my whole world was pretty much crashing down.
Yeah, it was scary.
Scary, actually. For about 3 months in my head, I was like, bro, I'm going to hell. Like I was like, yeah, I'm going to hell because I'm figuring that I don't this I'm because in Christianity, right? I can't speak about any other religion because I've never been in any other religion. But Christianity is, if you have any doubt, Jesus or God will know about it, and he'll essentially you can't hide that. He's gonna be able to see you through everything. So I'm like, yo, I'm having doubt. Like, I can't hide this stuff, right? And so I was so scared. I mean, I remember being in my bed. Like, I mean, it was all I could think about for a good 3 months, bro. And then I came to the conclusion. I'm like, yeah, we've been bamboozled. We've been faked. We've been duped. Because there's way more evidence of this dude not even ever existing, the way that they do say he existed, versus hey, all sorts of, we've gone into it before.
Bro, but why did we just take it at face value? Like,
We're babies.
I found out about the Bible like this.
What do you mean?
So
What do you mean by
yeah,
that?
like in like a week or two, I found out. Oh yeah, that can't be the thing.
Oh. You mean the truth
Like
about
just
it. You mean
studying
the
it,
truth
I'm
about
like,
it.
dude, just study. I've talked to people at my job, bro, like grown women that are like in their 60s, and they're like, I didn't know that about the Bible. It's like, bro, you didn't know there was another version of the Bible, really?
Hmm.
You think
Well,
King James was the only
here's the
one?
thing
Like, come
about
on.
it too is because of the way the religion is structured. If you even believe that, you're going to hell, or it's blasphemous, right? So they make it a counteracting thing to the point where if you get told, oh, you know what? Perfect example. If you were to tell someone what you just told them, right? Like, did you know about this? Did you know about that? They're gonna think you're the devil, or they're gonna think that the devil is coming to try to tear them off their path. Do you get where I'm coming from? They're gonna put the devil evil shit. Not to say that you're specific, but they're gonna think that the devil is using you to get to them. So it counteracts everything, all the truth. They can have truth come to them, but they're gonna think it's the devil and they're being deceived. You know what I'm saying? So it's very clever.
Yeah,
It's
that's how
very
you. I
clever.
don't know. Sometimes you gotta like you. I don't know. I see like hundreds of debates, dude. Like I just love them, but sometimes you have to give them like just cold, hard proof.
Yeah, but even then, I mean, any sensible person would be like, yeah, right. I mean, you can't.
Even then, bro, it's like, bro, that should have worked within you. You
Oh
know what
yeah,
I'm
it's gonna
saying?
resonate in them. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but in a couple months. I mean, I had a
Bro,
friend.
when I first started like listening about like Islam, like I just like there was like days where it's like I don't even want to sleep
Mm,
because I'm like, what is this? I just
mm,
studying so because it just kept bothering me. I'm
mm,
like, what the freak is this book and who is Muhammad and all these
mm.
things, and it just kept
Yeah.
picking, and I was just like, I don't think I'm gonna be Muslim.
Mm,
I don't think, and it just kept picking,
mm,
picking. You know, I mean, bro, it was like I've only been Muslim, bro, for like what like I want to say 3 months, if that, and I started studying last summer.
mm.
You know, so it's been a while. So it's been picking at me and
Right,
stuff. You
right,
know, like
right, right.
so it's like I'm pretty sure
You.
with them people, it'll pick at them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I remember I had a dude, and basically, I was just I don't like telling people. Not to say that I don't like it, but when you tell someone you're not Christian, when you tell someone you don't believe the stuff I believe, it sounds very strange to some people, right? So I don't really I normally tend not to even get into those conversations, right? Or I'll just leave it as not Christian, but I do believe in God, right? Because that's true, I do. Um, but I remember I had a friend, right, and like I remember we are having a very long, not even a debate, but he was pretty much like kind of picking my mind because I told him like, look, man, I'll tell you what I believe, but I am not trying to put this on you. I'm not trying to force you. I'm not trying to prove anything to you. And I made that my goal of this whole conversation. And he was picking my mind, and I'm just telling him like, man, there's been so much Jesus stories like Mithra, Krishna, Heru, you know what I'm saying, Horus. Like I'm like, bro, like this is there's no real actual fact. It's just belief. You know what I'm saying? And
Is that the crux to your whole thing, bro?
what
Like, if you found out he was real, what would that change?
if I found out Jesus was real today?
Yeah. Like, because it sounds like that's like such a like a fundamental thing for you to be like, oh no, I guess religion is it, by the way.
Well, what do you mean by that exactly?
Because you keep mentioning it, like it's like that is like the epitome of like the argument. Like, if you were like, okay, if Jesus is real though, yeah, I think I would be a Christian. Or,
If Jesus is real,
do you know what I'm getting at, bro? Like,
yeah, yeah,
because you keep
yeah. Well,
yeah.
the thing about it is Christianity, which is not even the original religion of the Bible. Christianity is pretty much about worshiping Christ. So even if he was real,
Worshipping the Bible is like what worshiping Christ, you
no,
said?
no. Christianity, the religion, is about worshiping Christ,
Yeah,
but the
yeah,
Bible isn't.
yeah.
We've said that it literally said that you're not supposed to,
They
right?
know
Yeah,
that. I mean, bro, why do you think there's like 1,000
yeah,
denominations?
exactly, right. So even if I did find out he's real, right? It wouldn't change too much, right?
Very, yeah, because it's like, okay, so now what the fuck am I? Am I gonna be a Catholic now, or a Christian now? Am I gonna be a Protestant? You know what I'm
So that's
saying?
still
Is that what we're getting
not.
at? It's like, are you saying like it would still be
No, no,
confusing?
no, no. What I'm saying is, it wouldn't change anything because even so, Christianity is something false, regardless. And the reason why I said it is because Christianity,
Oh,
yeah,
like the
this.
story.
Well, okay. What I'm getting at is, even if the guy is real, right? If I'm going according to the Bible, even the Bible, it's not about worshiping Christ, Jesus Christ. It's not. That's not what it's about.
It is,
Right.
isn't
It's
it?
about. It's a story. illustrating God, right? The stories of God, whatever, using people, or God using people, right? Right? So, but Christianity, on the other hand, is a religion, but it's about worshiping Jesus Christ. So even if he was real, right? The biblical Jesus, he probably, if the one according to the Bible, right? He wouldn't want you to worship him, because
No, he
yeah,
wouldn't. No, he would
yeah,
not want you to
because you
worship
are
him.
nothing different from him. Right.
Exactly.
So it wouldn't change anything for me. I'm still spiritual. I'm Jesus type shit. That's why if he was real, I'd be saying that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So you get where I'm coming from, right? It wouldn't
I
change.
do.
It wouldn't change really anything to me, other than the fact that I guess I suppose I guess this would be a historical person, like if he was real type shit, right? So, but you know, you know, it's one of those things, man. It's like you gotta. It has to be within you, man. You gotta be able to come to it, come to your conclusion, because my conclusion might not be your conclusion. You know what I'm saying? And whatever makes you, you know, if that's whatever floats your boat, really. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just you gotta just follow um just we said, man. Let's like how does it make you feel? How does it
Yeah.
affect you? Like, are you treating people better?
Yeah.
Like, is the world good? Like you gotta think about it. Like, if the whole world was doing this, would it be a better place?
And we've already seen the whole world practicing Christianity. Well, maybe not the whole world, but we've seen a lot of wars.
Bro, it took over so much. Like how did this story just how did the story just get blown out of so much proportion? Like,
My
oh
personal,
my God, dude.
personally, bro. I have an answer. I
It's
think, right? I think I
ridiculous.
have an answer, but obviously I don't know 100% facts. But I think it's because them boys, right? Them dudes, them peoples, they sat down, right? They thought about this for a very long time. This wasn't a 1 year, 2 year thing. This is over, 100-year span and longer, right? They sat down. They said, "Man, we need to devise a plan to take over the world. What is a good way to do it? What is a sure-proof way? What have we seen other people do?"
Man, bro, that is it's interesting because that's how it feels like. I mean, the Bible literally comes off as like a malicious man wrote this book.
And God Himself, see, in the Bible, the biblical God sounds like an actual malicious person. Bro, he said he's jealous. Why in the world are you jealous of me?
But he loses an argument to like Jewish people in the Bible. Like, how is God gonna lose an argument? like,
Man,
like,
there's so.
it's just my thing is just how do people like why do people just take it as such a face value? Like, I know it sounds nice. That's what it is. It just sounds nice, but it's like, why don't you question it, dude?
Right,
It's like,
right.
why aren't you like,
Everything you should question. Everything,
yeah, like
every
you
single
need
thing.
the. How does it not bother you? Like, for me, it would just bother me.
Yeah,
Like I can't have blind faith, dude. Like, that's the whole reason why I'm Muslim, because it's like I feel like I'm part of like I'm structured, I'm part of something, and it like helps me out and shit like that. But it's like, how do you just be like, no, like, this is what I tell people like that tell me about blind faith, because I've had friends that have told me like, oh, blind faith is a gift from God. Yeah, for me, my thing is I can't see me going up to heaven, dude, and getting judged, and God's like, no, dude, you use your brain and your discernment. No, dude, you're supposed to just be blind
right.
and just
Why did
believe.
you give us
I
a
don't
brain
see
then?
God saying that.
Why did you give us a brain? And their answer that
That
their
exactly.
answer would be because so that we are able to make a choice. But that's not a good answer, bro. You know what I'm saying? Why in the world?
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
know, why in the world are? Why did he put this? Why did he make it this way then? You know what I'm saying? Where there even is, because originally there wasn't supposed to be any choice. You're supposed to be just Adam and Eve, one in the garden. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Yes.
So it's like, okay, so what the hell happened to it? What happened to that? Why did it make us smarter?
What do you mean?
Why did us getting out of the Adam or the Garden of Eden make us smarter? You know what I'm saying? Because essentially it did, right? It got us out of a perfect state into a growing state. Perfect, we would have just been like this, right in the garden.
Oh, I see where
No
you're getting at.
progression, no ups and downs. You know the downs suck, but you get to go back up. You know what I'm saying? What did they eat? What tree did they eat from? The tree of knowledge. I think either the tree of knowledge or the tree of good and evil. Right? So there's so much facets, man. There's so much facets, man, and we cooked our religion, man. That we'll probably never stop cooking our religion, man. To be honest with you.
No, it's so interesting, dude. It really, yeah, it really is, dude. It's like religion will always be interesting because it's like where do these stories and things come from?
Because
You know, it's like where does like
we're plopped here 20 plus years ago, and we're trying to figure this shit out for ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
wait, what did you say?
We're plopped. We were plopped here 20 something years ago, and we're trying to figure this shit out for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to just be told something. I feel like you owe it to yourself as a human, as a man specifically, to figure out what you believe, not what someone told you, not what your parents told you, not what your parents grew you up in. I find
Mark, have you ever been doubtful?
what I believe.
Yeah.
Um, honestly, bro, at the beginning, yeah, at the beginning, but then
Not recently, like
I've just
like
seen so much evidence, bro, where it's like,
no, I'm just,
oh no,
okay.
no, go ahead.
Like I was just gonna say, just in general, I'm like, just like I'm not saying Christianity, but I'm like any other thing, or just like, am I, or is there any truth, or like, is this solid enough, you know?
Um,
Because bro,
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
I study like Islam a lot. I'm still running through like the fine tooth comb. I'm like, what is
Mhm.
this, and what does this mean, and what do they mean by that? You know,
Mhm.
things like that.
Well, the thing about my belief is, it's as much as we can kind of go through it, and as much like dimensions as we can go through it.
Y'all have a lot. We
Right,
have a lot, but y'all have a
right. There's a
lot.
lot, right? But at the core of it, it's not that complicated, right? It's simple, right? Actually, it's not that simple, actually. But but the point, though, the main thing is one. Black people had been the guardians of this earth for a very long time, okay? But we're not our we are not ourselves. What we look at in the mirror. It's just it's your soul is what's actually being. Energy cannot be destroyed nor created. It can only be. It can only be transformed. It can only. We've never been. How do I put it? We've never not been. That sounds crazy. We've never not been. We've always been here. Whether it's been in a human form, whether it's been in a different form that we don't know about, our soul, what makes us us, has never died, never left, and it will not die after this meat bag leaves.
So, what do you think happens, bro, when we die?
Well, a couple things. I personally think you get reincarnated. Personally, me.
That's so depressing.
We're back here, bro. Unless,
How are you happy with that?
well, I think
I can't stand that logic.
I
For
think if you
real.
figure things out for yourself and I think there's a way if you get a certain type of enlightenment, I think you can definitely transcend because that's what they teach you, bro. Even in there's old ass legends in China where these dudes meditate for years and years and years and years and years, right? And it gets to the point where they actually physically disappear, and only stones are left. That's the only thing physical that are actually left by them. And
Oh, man.
this legend has been taught ancient Africa, ancient India.
Have you heard, bro? You ever seen like stories? Like I've seen stories about like kids, bro. Like where they'll be like, yeah, I used to be this guy, and I actually got killed, and I got buried
I've
here,
heard
and
of
they took.
those. I've heard of those. And honestly, bro, it's a possibility they remember
Yeah.
because I know that you basically we have to reach a certain amount of enlightenment to remember, because that like have you seen Total Recall?
No.
So,
Damn. No, I don't think so.
Total Recall is the movie where the dude they like I think
Total
they
Recall.
wipe his brain, but like certain things trigger him to remember certain things, right? And essentially by the end he remembers his whole life, and he realizes that they're out to get him, right?
No, I didn't see this. Wow.
But basically, why I even related it to that is because our ancestors built things for us to recall things now. The pyramids. Listen, the more things you have in your brain, the less things you got to show. They knew that we weren't gonna have shit in our brains today, so we got to be shown the shit. So they built these relics, these temples, these pyramids to remind us now who we were before and what has been capable. You know what I'm saying? Even the Moors knew that we were going to go into hibernation, to sleep. sleep for a very long time. Now we're awaking now. We're asleep in slavery for 400 years.
Mark, what are your thoughts on like why do you think like Islam is like spreading like wildfire? Like it is like there's a their conversion. I think they said by 2030, 2035, I think 1 in 9 people are gonna be Muslim, something like that.
My honest opinion is because people are starting to see the BS with Christianity, and it's close enough where they can feel comfortable with it, but also foreign enough where it's like, okay, this seems right
Oh,
type
it's
of
like
thing.
intriguing.
You get it? That's it.
It's like intriguing.
Yeah. It because I mean it really is right, and but it's also you're able to be comfortable with it because it's not some completely different concept, right? All three of them are Abrahamic religions. They all are talking about the same people.
I mean, and that's what in Islam we believe. Like we believe like Jesus, Moses, Muhammad, all of them. They were
Mm.
Muslim. Like they
Oh,
practiced
okay.
like because remember, like I said, Muslim. The word Muslim means
Right.
submission to
Right.
God
Right. So by
in any
by
facet or whatever.
definition,
But that's all they, huh?
he would be Muslim. You're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like down to Adam.
Uh,
We believe that they're down to Adam. Like they were all Muslim because they just submitted to God. It's just submission to God.
mm.
You
Do they
know.
say he was Jewish though? Do they say he was Jewish?
No, I mean, and Judaism and Islam is like the same thing, dude, because they don't have a person, it's just God.
Mm.
Like for us, it's Allah, for them, it's like Yahweh.
Right. Right.
And there's a whole other thing we could get into or whatever, but like in Aramaic, bro, the word for God is Allah.
You know, I used to talk to a girl named Alaha.
Really?
Yeah, man, she was beautiful, Middle Eastern,
Oh, that's
gorgeous man,
interesting.
gorgeous
That's
man. But her
interesting.
name was spelled Elaha.
I think it's like
Oh
that,
yeah,
ilaha.
yeah,
It could be like the Aramaic one.
yeah.
I could be way off.
Shorty was
But in Arabic, bro, the literal word for God is Allah. Like
Allah.
Christian Arabs even say Allah.
Oh yeah, oh really?
Yeah, because it's the literal meaning for God.
Okay, that's it. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I think I've heard that. That's interesting. And I know, like, well, I'll say this right. Again, the Moors they brought Islam a lot into Europe, right? And we
I
still,
wonder how devout they were, bro. Like I
yeah.
wonder how exactly. I'd have to read. I wonder exactly how they treated the country, like Spain. I wonder if they did like the jizya, which we talked about on our like old ass episodes, like which is like a tax for the people for protection or whatever. I wonder how they dealt with that in zakat
Mm.
and like things like that. Because you
Yeah,
said it was like mainly political. Like I wonder if they actually prayed
right,
or
right.
was it really political? Like how
I'm
devout
sure.
were they? You know,
Yeah. That's interesting. I would like to find that out.
bro. When were the Moors or like when was that? Like, do you know like the date?
The date was 711 A.D. to 1492. That was the
7-11
yeah.
def 7, yeah, bro, that was like literally what
It's not
like
that long ago.
150 years after Muhammad.
Interesting.
Yeah, because
A.D.
Muhammad is what Muhammad is 600 AD, I
A.D.
think.
Okay. Um. What? Damn! I just. Oh, that was their. That was the second invasion. They had invaded before, and I don't remember. I don't know those dates though. But the second invasion was pretty much is why we have what it is today. Is why we had a Renaissance. Is why we had the art we have. Is why we had Leonardo da Vinci. Is why we had Isaac Newton because they were being taught by the Moors. They even found a Moorish book in Isaac Newton's workshop when he died. They found a book, and I already showed you the movie Robin Roy, where the little ass there's a king. Go watch the movie Rob Roy. There's a king, and there's a little black boy with a fez on his head, standing beside him. People think he's a slave. He's not a slave. He would be the one teaching him things. He would be the one teaching him the dark sciences, the spiritual sciences of the world, because they gotta look at it. Peep at this, right? Even today, right? What do white boys do today? Like dudes with a lot of money that are interested in the world. Where do they go? What do they do? They might go to South America. They might go to
The
Africa.
Philippines.
Right. Oh, okay. No, you're getting into. I think you're getting into.
What are you talking
Right.
about,
Okay.
bro?
That might be misconstrued. What I'm trying to say is, they go out and research tribes. They
Oh
go
yeah.
out and research indigenous people, what they believed, what they learned, their texts, their mythologies. It's the same thing that they did before. They learn about life and the earth from melanated indigenous people. So it's not far-fetched to say that they did that shit back then. because they didn't know anything about it. They still thought the world was flat.
Wait, what are we talking about,
The
bro? What are you
Moors,
getting at?
I'm getting at them. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
saying
okay,
that,
okay,
I'm
yeah, yeah,
saying
yeah.
that for people watching, I'm saying the Moors were their teachers, and even though that it was a kid, it's a child, he still knew more than that grown adult king. That's how
Mm.
advanced they were. That's how advanced scientists they were. You'll even see old pictures of dudes on horses, right? And there's a little black boy standing beside him with royal cloth, not a slave. He had a turban on, everything, and not a slave. This is why you even see the crescent moon and the star in the Mason symbol, because the Moors are the one that taught them about that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know?
No, you know what's interesting, bro? The Fez, I've seen like Sufis. They've had that, like, so people that are like practice
Yeah.
Sufism.
Well, you know the original Sufis were black. The original Sufis were
And that's
black.
interesting, bro, because like this may be random. I don't even know if it's relevant, but it was interesting to me. Like and in Islam, there's like a call to prayer. Like if you were to be in like Saudi Arabia, bro, I think there's actually there's actually one state or one like city in America that has like a call to prayer. Like the whole city hears it or whatever, and it's
Mm-hmm.
basically like oh, it's time to pray, because it's like 5 times a
Mm.
day. For completely forgot what I was talking about. Bro,
Probably
my
remember,
mind is
bro.
like all over the place right
Try to
now.
remember that, bro.
What was I just saying?
Bro, I don't know, man.
I forgot to.
You did know if it was relevant.
That's probably why I
Ah, my
forgot it.
gosh. Okay.
Oh yeah, the call to
Yeah, yeah,
prayer.
yeah.
So or whatever. So the first person to do the call for prayer, like back then, was a black person.
The first person.
Yes, to do the call for prayer, because it could be like a bell or it could be a guy, and
Mm.
he'll literally sing like a verse in the Quran or
Wow.
whatever.
Wow.
Yeah. So the first one was a black
Yeah.
guy. So I found that like
Yeah.
interesting. I'm like, oh
Yeah,
wow.
man. People don't know this stuff, man. And if you don't believe this stuff, go to Spain. There is a museum there. If you don't believe what I'm saying, because my friends, I don't think they believed until they really saw the photo or the painting. I mean, it was humongous, bro. It was Moors. And you go out there and people try to refute it. There's irrefutable proof that they were out there and they built a lot of things. But I do definitely want to know how devout they were. I think that's very
Yes.
interesting
It's
because,
just
well, to
yeah.
me, right, it's like, okay, they came from North Africa. They came from all parts of Africa, but they were based. A lot of their knowledge is based in Egypt, right? Like, oh, cause that's like a hub, right? So I think I don't know. I'd be speculating, to be honest with you.
What would it do? Would it mean anything? Like does there any significance? Like let's say they were like really devout Muslim people.
I don't think it. I mean, it'd be nice to know. I mean, it'd be nice to figure out if they were. I mean, sure, some of them were, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think again, we can see, in my personal opinion, we can see that it was a political chess move. You know what I'm saying? Um, and the whole Europe was on it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Europe was on that stuff, man, and they were
It
able
could be, you
to.
think it's, and this is maybe extremely far-fetched, bro, but do you think it's like in a way like kind of like the like how the Taliban is in Afghanistan? Like I was watching this documentary last night about like how they have Sharia law over there.
Okay, yes, but I don't think it would be like on the level of them killing people and all that stuff, right? Is that what they do, right? They stone people and stuff.
I don't really know much about the Taliban, dude. They're basically just Muslim extremists
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, but they follow like things in the Quran. They sometimes just take it
Mm-hmm.
too far, but it's like political. I mean, they have their own. They said they have enough to rule like a country or whatever.
Yeah, I think
So that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. Like maybe the Moors, was it political? Maybe like that. Was it maybe some Sharia law in
Mm-hmm.
there?
Yeah.
Because that's the only way it could. If there could be any
Well,
politicism out of Islam,
mm,
it would be like laws and things like that.
right. I don't think it would have been like a specific like a Shari law maybe. If I'm understanding, I get what you're saying. But and the reason why I said that is because they were so sophisticated and they set up colleges and they set up, you know what I'm saying, courts. I don't think they could be that, and they literally sparked the Renaissance age of art and culture. So I don't see how they could have.
Bro, have you seen the art that it's in? That's in the what's that big church? The Vatican.
I haven't seen it,
Oh
and there's a lot
my
of things we ain't seen in
God,
there.
dude. I mean, it is just like it looks like heaven in there. I'm like, I don't know if this shit is
I'm trying to go
stolen,
there. Oh, it was
but
definitely, bro. All that
damn, dude,
shit,
it looks ridiculous.
bro.
Like the paintings, it is crazy.
Bro, you know how awesome it would be to figure out what the hell is in there and actually go read some of the stuff, man. They probably got knowledge of things that things we don't even know we know. We don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I think the main thing, bro, I feel like that they have is like the real truth about Christianity. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if that came out, that would change the
Yeah.
world. Like that's what they have. Remember, bro, like Catholics, they don't even they have like some books taken out.
Oh yeah, for sure. They got the
Like you
Apocrypha,
know,
Apocrypha. You know what I'm
bro,
saying?
I've read like little like things like about like of like gospels in the Bible that aren't like in the Bible, like the Gospel of
Yeah,
Thomas.
Gospel of Thomas.
And there's like a verse in there that talks about Jesus was saying, "Oh, you're not supposed you can only bow your head to someone who wasn't born from their mother or whatever." And I'm
What?
like, dude,
What does
if
that
that
mean?
was even in the Bible, let me see if I can look it up. I know the verse. It
You
was
could only bow your head.
Gospel of Thomas, I think something 18. Let me see. Gospel of Thomas.
We about to get hit with this one. People about to go crazy.
I mean, yeah, but I wonder. I mean, bro, Christianity really is on like a downfall, dude. Like, it's like there's not in a couple years the main religion is gonna be Islam.
Mm.
Like, it's crazy. I forgot how they I forgot how this thing was structured. The freaking this Gospel of Thomas. I really can't find it right now. But there was just a verse where Jesus was saying like, um, oh, you're not supposed to like yeah, bow down or pray. No, it says something about like you're supposed to pray to someone who isn't born from like a mother, like basically not human. Yeah, something like if that
Mm.
verse was in the Bible,
That's
bro,
really
the whole
interesting.
Bible would be.
That's really interesting,
Yeah,
actually.
it said not born from their mother,
Yeah.
and Jesus was born from his
Right.
mother.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Which is why I don't think we should throw it all away. Right. It's just how
No, there's
we.
truth in
Yeah.
it.
There's truth
Even
in
as
it.
I'm saying, like there's truth in
Yeah.
it, just not all of
Not
it.
all of it, and it's not meant to be followed. I don't think. I don't. Me personally, I don't think anything. Any books should be followed to the. Me personally, right? I don't think anything should be followed. It's about
What's your
understanding.
main bro? Your main like reasoning for that? Like, oh, well, we shouldn't follow one book.
Because in any facet of life, you never use one book. Anything else,
No,
school,
I agree.
you know what I'm
I
saying?
100%
You
agree
don't
with
go to
you.
school and learn from one book. You learn all the subjects. So you get an understanding, well roundness of something.
Yeah.
Right? So that's my main thing. And only in religion do we tolerate that. Nothing else you would anything else you'd be like, okay, is there anything more?
And you know, I mean, Islam is different in that, bro, because we have like a library of stuff. Like literally, I mean, there's like books on like health and like different aspects of like Muhammad. Like there's a verse, about, and there, you know, I saw this video on YouTube where this Christian guy was talking to this Muslim guy, and he's the one that brought this up. There's a verse in a hadith where Muhammad is like, take black seed oil. This is a cure for everything except death.
Mm,
And he said he got rid of his cancer.
hmm.
The Christian guy that was talking to the
Right.
Muslim guy. He said he would
Mm,
fast and only take black seed oil, and he said he
oil.
got rid of his cancer.
Damn.
Yeah.
Now, do those other books claim to be from God, or
No, 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 no. Those are basically I told you like I think last
yeah?
episode, bro. The hadiths are basically sayings of Muhammad. Basically, like you could say like the New Testament,
Okay.
but they're just structured differently. That's why I was saying last time the science of hadiths,
Mm,
because it's not just yeah Mark, and it's like yeah, what's his last name?
right. You don't know and shit.
Was he a good person? Was he a drunk? Was he a liar? Did he have a good memory? Because they would memorize the
Mm,
hadiths. Because everything and it has like a chain of translation. It can't be like Mark heard it from Daniel, but we don't know who heard it from there. But he heard it from that guy. It can't have a break in the chain,
indeed.
or else it'll be an unauthentic hadith.
Right.
Like we have these hadith called the Kutub al-Sitta, which are like six books of Imam,
Mm,
and they're like the best. Like they're like the best classification of hadiths or whatever, like the best
mm-hmm,
books
mm-hmm,
basically.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I gotta look into
So
it,
yeah, no,
man.
from
I
us the
gotta look
only
into
thing
it.
from God directly is
Is
the
the Quran?
Quran. That's the only thing that's from
Right,
God.
right. And I gotta look into that, man. I really do.
Yeah, I really would wonder what you would think about it, bro. I mean, you would learn something. I mean, this thing's about
Yeah, there's
Egypt and
there's
well, this thing
yeah
is about Pharaoh in there, like things that you would definitely
yeah
like. You learn something, you
exactly.
know.
Anything on Earth we can learn from. You know what I'm saying? Anything, whether it's negative or positive, we can learn from it. So that's something I definitely want to get into.
I want to read the freaking Meru Netter, bro. That's like the next thing. I'm like,
That was
I
not
really
that
want
was
to
not
look at.
translated. I'm kidding.
That's freaking
Uh,
funny. Yeah, it's either that, bro, or I want to read the book of the dead because I hear most of the religions come from the book, the Egyptian Book of the Dead.
yeah, I have heard that as well. I've also heard it's pretty much a ritual book that when you do when someone dies. But yeah, yeah,
Oh, I could see
yeah.
that.
It's because a lot of people. I mean,
So
and
do you agree with it
no,
or
no,
not? Like,
I do, and I've read some of it a long time ago. Because at first I thought people were saying the Book of the Dead was the original Bible, but that's actually not true. Like because some of the commandments do come from there, but
oh, I've heard that. Yeah, like the 48 laws of
right,
Moses.
yeah, 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 but they had
That they also believe, or
they
like
have the Book of.
usually in that book, I think it talks about like Jesus. He learned like Reiki healing, like things like that. He
I
went to
think you told me
Egypt and he
that.
learned healing. That's how he got like the miracles and
Yeah,
stuff.
I think you told me that, but that would make a lot of sense because people were going to Egypt all throughout history to learn
Bro,
things.
it's so many stories, bro. Like I think I showed you about this book, bro. About I think it's an Arabic book called like Sun Knowledge, and it's like a banned a book, and it's like not good to read and shit.
Mm.
But in that book, it basically because it's like cursed or whatever, and it basically talks about
Magic?
um um in a way like it talks about like the prophets or whatever, like how they were able to do the miracles or whatever. Like Moses, like it said like that Moses had all the 99 names of Allah written on the staff, and Jesus had all the names written in his tongue. That's why he was the word.
What?
Yeah, things like that. Yeah.
Ooh, that gives me an idea.
Yeah.
That's sick as hell. Actually, that's really cool. That's really cool. I like that idea.
Yeah, for me, I was like, it makes sense, like to me or whatever.
That's really sick. Actually, um,
Yeah, I'll send you the video on it. There's a whole video. That's like a 30-minute video, and it describes it or
hell
whatever.
yeah, hell yeah, yeah. Send me that one. But I was saying, but there's the Book of the Dead. There's the Book of Life. There's a bunch of books. There's a bunch of
What do you
books.
think about the Book of Enoch, bro? That's another really,
Yeah,
really
I
good
really
one.
gotta read it in entirety.
I hear that my therapist was always referencing it, and when he would quote it, I'm like, dude, that sounds
Is he Christian?
ridiculous.
You're
Catholic.
Catholic. Okay.
Yeah, he was a Catholic. Yeah, yeah,
Is he
yeah.
still Catholic or?
I don't know, man. I gave him a Quran and everything, dude. Because he called me one day, bro, and he said he felt like he was having like a spirit attack him.
Mhm.
And he threw up and everything, and he called me, and he was like, "Dude, I feel like my religion isn't protecting me. Like, I feel like
Wow.
this is like trash." Told me, and I'm like, "Well, all I know is the Quran," and I'm like, I feel like this is a sign."
Mm.
So I told him I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna buy you one," and then I bought him one, and he started reading it, and then I haven't talked to him in a while, but he started reading it.
Mm.
But he's very open-minded. Like he has that, the Book of Enoch. He has the Apocrypha, like the 52 books that were
Yeah,
taken
I
out.
gotta buy
But
that,
he
man.
studies a lot.
Okay.
He's Haitian, bro, so he's very
Right,
open-minded.
and the thing about Haitian people is they're still in touch with the spirituality because they're able to still practice voodoo, which is actually vodun, which is actually high science, high science. Nothing scary about it. It's only scary when people
Bro,
use.
what did people mostly like do with that?
Oh, okay, so okay, it's only scary because people would use it in a way to curse people, and and also there was a bunch of propaganda that the white boys did to make them seem like they're zombies. They're bringing the dead back to life, but really all they're
Mm.
doing is honoring their ancestors. Anyways, there's lots of things that you could do, bro. I mean, I know a guy. He gave him a piece of. It was an African dude actually, um, but he gave him a piece of paper. He said, "All right, if you have this piece of paper, I don't remember what was on it, right? But he gave this piece of paper, he said, okay, if you have this, you will never ever get pulled over, right?
Holy
Shit like that,
shit.
shit like that, um, and then another one, right? This person, they gave him something, and he said you'll always get straight A's, always, always, always. But the main thing is, it's you have to believe it. You have to put
Oh,
your energy because you essentially are creating the spell, and this might be a little bit too much for people, but you essentially are giving power to it. It doesn't work unless you work too. You know what I'm saying? So, but there are things, man. I mean, healing things, right? That Vodon was doing healing, spiritual clairvoyance. You know what I'm saying? I mean, bro,
I'm sorry, bro. I've been trying to find like this thing from like the Gospel of Thomas for like
and
it was bothering me. I'm like, how the heck did I lose that
I
shit?
want to. We're not gonna be able to have enough time, but there was the black washing thing. You know what? We're gonna leave it to next week because
Yeah, that's a timeless thing,
yeah,
anyways.
yeah.
Continue though. What you were saying, bro.
No, that's pretty much everything, really. I mean, there's
So then,
lots of
I
things.
want to leave something good for the Christians or whatever, because yeah, you guys are probably gonna hate. So this is a quote from Adolf Hitler from October, and this is fact check. This is 100% like this happened or whatever. This is a quote from Adolf Hitler on October 27, 1928. We tolerate no one in our ranks who attacks the ideas of Christianity. Our movement is Christian.
Mm, wow.
So he was a Christian.
Christian killing all them
So this
people.
is my whole thing with Christianity, because it's like he could, according to them, as long as he accepted Jesus, he's good.
Exactly. That is
That's
my
it.
extreme
That's
extreme
it. So it's
issue
like
with it. So you don't get
there's
nothing?
no accountability. Bro, this week the Pope literally came out and said that pedophiles are actually children of God or gifts from God.
Gifts.
Yeah, that was like a big thing on Twitter.
Gifts.
Yeah. Yes. He's like, oh, they're not bad or whatever. It's like
Oh no, you gotta go. You gotta go.
it's
You gots to go. Yeah, man. No, that's yeah. We'll cook on that more. Actually, we
yeah.
should. I think that was one of the things. We'll cook on it, man. We'll cook on it, man. We'll cook on it, man. But like and subscribe for more content, man. Comment in the video. You feel me? Comment on the video, man. Like, subscribe to the video, man.
Yep.
Subscribe to the channel. Support the grind. You feel me? We out, man. Ism Podcast.
Subscribe, man.
Peace.
Peace.
Provide the leadership to the people's revolution so he can take this country and change it. Turn it upside down and put the last first and the first last. Not only for black people, but for all people.